Hey guys, how's it going? Today on my channel we're going to be talking about how to find the area on a trapezoid. Now remember in my previous video we found out how to find the area in a triangle, and today we're going to be doing trapezoids as we continue getting into geometry. So a trapezoid is essentially a triangle that's had its tip cut off. It's like a haircut. As you can see, you have base and you have sides going up, but instead of meeting at a point, they have a parallel line. So the base and this line are both parallel, thus making it into a trapezoid. And to find the area, it's sort of similar, like finding the area to a triangle, except with a bit of a twist. So recall that our formula for a triangle, for finding the area of a triangle, is 2 times the base and times the height, right? Well, this one's a bit different. You have this, so recall that we're going to label this, the base as B, this, the height as H, and we label the top, since it is a line now, not a point, as A, okay? So we have A, B, and H, remember that. Of course, you can use any variable you want. I just use the ones that are used in the formula. So for the formula, it's the area equals the top, A, plus the base, B, divided by 2, and then multiplied by the height, which is H. And that's what we're going to do for all the examples. We're going to use this formula, and in this video, we will not be using the Pythagorean theorem to find the height. If it is missing, that will be a little bit too complicated, and I will be making a separate video for the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so let's get started. But before we do, please take a moment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell on the right to get daily notifications when I post my videos. Please like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to plug in the numbers in the formula to get our answer. And I'll write that on the bottom here. Okay, so we have our A plus B. Our A is 6 and our B is 10. So 6 plus 10 over 2 multiplied by 4. We're going to just put that in parentheses. Okay, so let's do this part first, because that's what order of operations tells us to do. So 6 plus 10 is 16, divided by 2 is 8, and then 8 times 4 gives us 32. Yes, it does, 32. So our answer, the area equals 32. Okay, let's get on with the next example. Okay guys, we're back, and we're going to do this next example. So notice how the trapezoid stays the same, but the numbers are just changed. And again, what we do is we just plug it into the formula to get our answer. So let's do that. So we have our formula written up here. A equals A plus B divided by 2 times H, and we're going to plug it in, okay? So we have A, which is 8, because remember it's at the top. 8 plus 10, which is on the bottom, over 2, because that's what you do for any given trapezoid problem, and you multiply by the height, which is 4. Okay, now this is just a simple matter of fact of doing the equation. So A plus 10 gives us 18, divided by 2 is 9. 9 times 4 is 19, 36. So we have our answer of A equals 36. And that A looks like a D, because my handwriting is very, very bad. My 3rd grade teacher told me that. Okay, so one thing to notice here is that every time we see a trapezoid, we need to kind of treat it as a triangle, but just with the top part off. Now the way this formula is different from the formula for finding area in a triangle is that notice how we don't treat this like it would be a square and simply divide it by 2. We have a top part now. There is another line which completely turns this into a different shape. So one thing that students really confuse is they use the triangle formula for trapezoids because sure, it has a base and a height, and they just think, oh, just treat it like a triangle, right? Because it has angles. Don't. I made that mistake and I got a bad grade on my test. So I'm not gonna make that mistake anymore. So guys, treat this like a completely different. They have their they have their moments, but a trapezoid is a completely different shape from all other triangles. Okay, but do not treat it like it would be a square. Treat it like a trapezoid. It's its own thing. It's a parallelogram, not a triangle. Thus, giving it away. Tri means three angles. 1, 2, 3. This has 1, 2, 3, 4. So, go figure. Let's move on to the next example. Okay, guys, we're back with the last example. So in this example, we're just gonna do what we did for the previous 2 examples. Use the formula and our knowledge, and just plug in the numbers. Geometry is essentially a bunch of formulas that you have to plug in numbers for. Don't take my word for it, just to some extent, okay? So we have our formula written up top, so that's what we're going to use, like a guideline, and just essentially plug in the numbers. We have a is 4 plus 6 by 2, and that gives us, and then multiplied by the height, which is 3. So 4 plus 6 is 10, divided by 2 is 5, times 3 is 15. So our area equals 15. And that's how you find area on a trapezoid. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, share, and please leave a comment if you have any questions. Please feel free to take notes. And until next time, I'm Harutsun Haryan, and keep on learning, kids.